Hello everyone, welcome to question number 17, chocolate distribution. Just have a quick look at the question and we'll be discussing the approach. Now coming to the approach, let's understand what does the question mean. So the question is saying here that there are 8 total packets and there are 5 childrens. We have to give 5 these packets to each children. Each children will surely receive a packet. So out of 8 we have to choose 5 packets. M equal to 5 means group of 5, and first we have to sort this array. After sorting this array we get 1. So these are the values we get after sorting the array. So what does the question is saying is we have to give 5 packets to children, and in those 5 packets we have to find a sub array of 5 where the maximum element of the fifth group 9 and the minimum element of that group, their difference 9 minus 1, which is 8 here, right? Similarly we have to find all other subgroups. Take this 5. Okay, this will be our next 5. I will be using different colors to represent different group of 5. So next group will be this, and next group will be this one. This will be next group of 5. Okay, if you can see, we have how many groups of 5? We have 1. This will be first, this will be second, this will be third, and this will be fourth. We have total 4 groups of 5 elements, right? We have total 4 groups of 5 elements. In that we have to take the minimum value after doing subtraction, maximum minus minimum element of that group. Okay. Let's this is the first group, right? Now let's assume the second group. Second group we have 3, 4, 7, 9 and 9. So 9 minus 3 in the second group, 9 minus 3, which is 6, right? And in the third group we have 4 as the minimum element and 12 is the max. 12 minus 4, which is 8 again. This will be 8. And the fourth group, which is the final one, right? We have 56 as the max inside that. 56 minus 7, which will give us 49. Now, if you observe, now we have to get the minimum out of these values. After subtracting, we get the minimum value out of this. The minimum out of this is 6 here, right? So this is the output 6. This is the final answer. So this is the approach to the question, that we have to divide it into a subgroup of 5 and then we have to iterate one by one in subgroup of 5. Then we have to subtract the maximum element. From the maximum element we have to subtract the minimum element and store it, and then we have to take the minimum of those. Right, now let's discuss one important formula here. Okay, the formula will be n minus m plus 1. So what is this formula? So n means the total length of array, which is 8, and m is 5. Okay, this is 5, and plus 1, which will give us the value 4. If you look carefully, we have 4 groups and this is equal to 4. So this formula gives us a number of groups within the array. We have 4 groups that we can iterate, where each group has 5 values, right? Now let's make a new space first. Let's erase. Now in each for loop, this is a for loop now, okay? For in range Range of what? Range of the above formula, which will be 4, right? If you use this formula, you will get the range of 4 here. This is the formula you have to use, which will get 4 here. You can take I in range, suppose. Now we use, now this I represent number of groups, okay? In the first group will be started from I equal to 0. That will be first group. Up to 3 it will go. Total groups are 4. So in the first group, we have to take the difference. As we have discussed earlier, we have to take difference of 9 minus, not this one, this 9 minus this one. This is the fifth element, right? 9 minus 1, we have to get that. So we have to store that difference. Take a variable diff, call it a difference. Then that will be equal to a I plus m minus 1. So I plus m in this case is I is 0, m is 5. So a5 is giving us sixth value, but we need fifth value. So we're doing minus 1. So this will get the maximum value in that particular group, and ai, it will always give the initial value in that group. So for 0th group, we get the first element, which is the minimum value in that group. We minus that and we get diff here, difference. Each time we get the different in those group. Now we take the mini value. Now we have to get the minimum, right? We have to get the minimum value in all the groups. Inside the min, we have to take the minimum value of difference and mini, and mini will be initialized here outside. Okay, in this way we get difference each time in the group, and we take the minimum value by comparing to the previous minimum. We take the minimum out of those two, and at the final iteration we get the minimum value in all groups. Then we return this mini. So this is the approach to the question. Now let's go to the Geek for Geeks websites and see the code practically. So this is the code in the Geek for Geeks website. We have to sort it first. After sorting, we are taking the minimum value and storing it in mini, or you can initialize 0 also, or you can just initialize the final value as mini. After initializing, now you have take the for loop here. Now if you take the for loop, now take the for loop and it will divide it in groups. After dividing it in groups, we're taking the difference, and then we're taking the minimum value out of all the groups. Then we're returning the mini. So this is the code and logic behind the question. If you like the video, please share and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Let's meet in another question.